The crowd was buzzing with anticipation as two fighters stepped into the ring. Naoya Inoue, Japan's monster of the bantamweight and super bantamweight divisions, and Ramon Cardenas, a fighter with heart and grit, looking to defy the odds and carve his name in history. But when the opening bell rang, it was clear who was in control from the jump. Inoue, calm and composed, moved with the precision of a seasoned predator, eyes locked on his opponent like a hunter stalking prey. From the first exchange, Inoue began his calculated assault, using the jab to establish distance and disrupt Cardenas's rhythm. Cardenas tried to show some movement early, circling and bobbing, but Inoue's footwork was a masterclass, cutting the ring with subtle steps, always in range, never overcommitting. Inoue's jab wasn't just a feeler, it was a weapon, snapping Cardenas's head back and setting up sharper punches behind it. Within the first minute, Inoue began to touch Cardenas with his right hand. Whether it was upstairs or to the body, the Japanese star was mixing levels and keeping Cardenas guessing. Every punch had a purpose, every angle was calculated. Cardenas fired back a few times, showing he wasn't just there to survive. He threw combinations when he could, mainly to slow Inoue down, but the difference in speed and accuracy was glaring. As the round progressed, Inoue started investing more to the body. Sharp hooks to the liver, slicing shots under the elbows, blows that sap energy and take the fight out of a man. Cardenas flinched visibly a couple of times as those shots landed, and Inoue took note. He wasn't rushing anything. He had the look of a man who knew it was just a matter of time. Inoue's defensive instincts were just as sharp, slipping punches by inches, rolling with the shots that did come his way, and always staying balanced. His head movement made Cardenas miss by the smallest margins, frustrating the challenger. And when Inoue fired back, it wasn't wild. It was pinpoint, and it was vicious. The second round saw Inoue take his offense up a notch. He began to double up the jab and unleash lightning-quick combinations. Cardenas did his best to keep his guard tight, but Inoue's hand speed and timing were simply on another level. A clean right hand connected early in the round, snapping Cardenas' head back and drawing a reaction from the crowd. Inoue stayed patient, walking forward behind his jab and picking his spots. Then came a brutal left hook to the body that visibly hurt Cardenas. He stepped back, wincing, and Inoue closed the gap, smelling blood. A three-punch combo landed upstairs, and Cardenas was forced to retreat to the ropes. But Inoue didn't go wild. He remained disciplined, continued his body attack, and kept Cardenas under constant pressure. In the third round, Inoue began to truly dismantle his opponent. The jab was now a formality. Inoue was landing clean power shots almost at will. A right uppercut found its mark, lifting Cardenas's head as if by a string. Then another left hook to the body doubled him over. Every punch Inoue threw now carried weight and menace. The timing, the angles, it was all textbook, executed at blinding speed. Cardenas showed tremendous heart. He never stopped moving, never stopped trying to fight back. He threw flurries whenever he could, even caught Inoue on the guard a few times. But none of it was enough to stem the tide. Inoue's attack was relentless yet intelligent. His combinations came in waves and his body punching was surgical. By the fourth round, it was clear that Cardenas was in survival mode. Inoue was a sniper, targeting every opening, whether to the ribs, the solar plexus, or just under the chin. He kept breaking Cardenas down with body shots, and the cumulative effect was starting to show. Cardenas's legs looked heavier, his movements slower. His punches lacked the same energy and his defense was loosening. Then, like a thunderclap, Inoue stepped in and landed a crushing right cross that wobbled Cardenas. The crowd gasped. Sensing the end, Inoue unleashed a rapid-fire flurry, a left hook, a right hand, a brutal body shot, and finally a straight right down the pipe. Cardenas crumbled, staggering backward, barely able to defend himself as Inoue poured it on. The referee had seen enough. He stepped in and waved it off. It was a technical knockout victory for Naoya Inoue, and it came with the kind of authority that fans have come to expect from him. Cardenas, though outmatched, had shown courage and determination, but the gap in class was undeniable. Inoue had put on another clinic, calm under pressure, surgical in execution, and merciless in finishing. As the referee raised Inoue's hand, the arena roared. It was another night of dominance from a generational talent. Inoue's performance was a reminder of what makes him so special. Not just the speed, the power, or the skill, but the ring IQ and composure that elevate him above the rest. He didn't rush the finish. He built it, brick by brick, with calculated cruelty. Even in the post-fight moments, Inoue remained composed, showing respect to Cardenas and nodding humbly as his corner celebrated. For all his power and ferocity, in the ring, Inoue remains a disciplined warrior outside of it. His path to greatness continues, and with every fight, he adds another layer to his already stellar legacy. Observers will now wonder who can truly test Inoue. He's cleaned out divisions, made elite fighters look average, and continues to evolve. Against Cardenas, he showcased every tool in the box: footwork, head movement, body punching, timing, finishing instinct. It was the full display. His ability to maintain range, manipulate rhythm, and punish mistakes is unmatched at this level. Cardenas will walk away with his pride intact. He stood in there with one of the best in the world and gave everything he had. But this fight will be remembered not for his effort, but for Inoue's brilliance. The monster lived up to the nickname, stalking and dismantling his prey with ruthless precision. It's these kinds of performances that make fans clamor for his next bout. Will it be a unification? A move up in weight? Whoever it is, they'll be stepping in against one of the most dangerous men in the sport. Inoue doesn't just win, he dominates, and he does it with artistry and savagery in equal measure. Even in the brief rounds that the fight lasted, Inoue told a complete story. A story of control, execution, and destruction. There were no wasted movements, no unnecessary risks. Just efficient violence delivered by a master craftsman. And when the moment came to close the show, Inoue flipped the switch and unleashed hell. Every young fighter watching will study this fight, not for its drama or back-and-forth exchanges, but for the lesson in discipline and destruction. Inoue showed how to take apart an opponent methodically, and how to do it without wasting time or energy. It was a blueprint in elite boxing. And now, the world waits. Who will challenge Naoya Inoue next? Will anyone rise to his level? Or will he continue this reign of terror, one TKO at a time? What's certain is that with every fight, he reinforces his case as one of the pound-for-pound best, if not the very best. And against Cardenas, he proved once again that when the monster enters the ring, few survive unscathed.